Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for a nice early review on the 2.0 of the amazing Spider-Man figure by Hot Toys in 1/6 scale, and I have the original release here to do a comparison during this review as well. So I really hope you enjoy it. Hit the like button for me, that'll help me reach a bigger audience. I really appreciate your help with that. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the future videos, and check me out on Instagram at DeanKnight free for all the pictures. Enjoy the review. Both figures have very nice box art, but I definitely prefer the original release box art. It's just so much cooler, and the quality of the box is thicker and better as well on the original release. But I've always loved that box. I have to get rid of a lot of boxes in the near future. I have to make some tough decisions, but this will be one that I will always keep. Absolutely love that. But the Hot Toys artwork is nice. Well, they're both Hot Toys, but you know what I mean. 1.0, 2.0. Now it's interesting, with the web shooting hands, you've got the 1.0 on the left and the new 2.0 on the right. There's way more texture on the old one, and they're bigger than the new hands, even though it should be the other way around, because the original 1.0 was a lot shorter than this new 2.0 figure. But I'm going to see if you can use these 1.0s on the 2.0 figure, because I do like that texture. I think it will match up better with the suit texture. So that's the 1.0 web shooting hand on the new 2.0 body. It goes on there great, and in proportion it looks fine. Could use a little repaint with the red sections, they're just not as vibrant as the red on the suit. But it's interesting, you could use your old hands if you give them a little paint touch up for the extra texture that they do possess over the new ones. You'll have to let me know in the comments. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure there was a Spider-Man Hot Toys figure I reviewed recently where they didn't give you an actual proper fist, just the kind of web holding fist with the hole there. But with this figure you do get a proper fist as well. Two of them. The new one on the right still has an annoying seam at the top of his head. I mean, at this point folks, we should be past this. It's there, it's not that noticeable in person from far away, really far away. Like if you just like go away somewhere else, you won't see it. But yeah, it's there again. Now these two suits, I think, now I remember when I reviewed this, I was very late getting this figure. I only got it about a couple of years back, and I did do a little modification to his shoulders because he wore his traps. He didn't have any. They've gone a bit misshapen now folks, so forgive me on that one. But I was really hoping, when I heard they were doing a 2.0, that they'd stick with this material for the whole suit, the red bits, the blue bits in particular. Just really good at taking poses and going back to normal afterwards. This figure was one of the best Spider-Man figures for posing and not having to worry about damage, in my experience anyway. So it looks like they've used all the same stuff again, which I'm very happy about. It's just more in proportion. But this material looks the same to me, it feels the same, so I'm pretty happy about that, guys. I'm really happy that I can actually leave them on the shelf in a pose and not worry about, you know, bent elbows and bent knees causing any trouble. The original 1.0 still takes it though when it comes to the smoothness of the boots, you know, where the ankle would be. Look at it, absolutely flush, and that's a second hand figure that someone else owned before I did. And this is the brand new 2.0. And you got two nasty big dents, which I've seen on all the other videos as well that are out there of this 2.0. So, you know, there's just things they could have fixed by now. You know, the seam at the top of the head is ugly. Very ugly. Makes you not want to display it. Makes you just want to display the amazing Andrew Garfield head sculpt, which we'll get to that. And you got the original we can look at as well. But yeah, there's things about it that are improved, like the proportions, and that's about it really. The height and proportions. Everything else is pretty much the same and not improved upon. But I really like this suit. It's a very, you know, insect-like look, and it was different, and it took me a while to come around to it. But as the years have gone by, I've really come to like this film and the suit. So I was definitely going to be getting this 2.0. Well, there's no getting around it. The seam at the top of the head is hideous and pretty unmissable. You do have light coming from above and behind, sides, so I mean it's not exactly, you know, helping the situation, but I mean most people in their display cases or shelving, That might pretty much be your lighting situation as well. The front, the sides and the top. And my eye goes to it every time. It's a real shame, because I love this suit. I love the proportions here. I love the colours. You get interchangeable lenses as well that are darker. We'll check those out. Where the black webbing should continue straight, over the top of his head, that's where the seam is, and then the black webbing goes around it, off to the side, which only makes it more obvious that something weird is going on. I've got him looking down now, and it does the same thing that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure 2.0 does, where you got to move the head down and it just pops off the shoulders, as the connection is quite loose. Man, I mean, it makes me wonder if some of those pictures were photoshopped to kind of subtle that up a little bit at the top of his head. Okay, well, if you do the old trick where you just kind of put him on a high shelf, looking up a little bit, and get the lighting sorted out, it looks really nice. I mean, you still got a very obvious separation of the neck leading down to the shoulders, the traps, from where the head comes away. At least I can't see that damn seam anymore. Now, the shape of the eye lenses is also not movie accurate. They're a little bit too wide. I guess they should be more, not squinty, but a little bit more narrow. Yeah, I saw this on 16 Republic. Tong posted it. So there's the movie lenses on the left, and Hot Toys on the right. They're just the general shape. They seem to be a little bit too sharp in the edges as well. I just went for the special edition. I didn't get the deluxe with the diorama. I'm happy with everything this one comes with. The different lenses, second head sculpt, a nice base, skateboard, backpack, camera, interchangeable flash, on a loose mask for holding in his hand when you've got the Peter Parker head sculpt on. Alright, got some Spidey pose action, swinging, shooting webs. I didn't want to attach the web just yet, but the stand holds him up pretty well. Don't really like the fact that it would be grabbing hold of his suit the whole time. So as much as I'd like to, and as much as I think the suit will forgive you for a pose like this for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe longer. Like I said, with the 1.0, that was very forgiving material, and this seems to be pretty much the same. But he's capable of doing all sorts of cool poses. There's some really amazing butterfly kind of shoulder joints in the figure, so I'll try and demonstrate that for you in a moment. I quite like this pose. No one's looking over me. What you doing? He's doing some kind of twisty dodge web shooting pose. He's just done a little twist to evade something and shooting that web. Alright, now we just got him sitting, or cross-legged, kind of meditating on the rotating base here. I changed out the eye lenses to the darker ones now. They're just a bit more subtle. Brought the shoulders forward with that extra articulation that he has. It does wrinkle up the suit a fair bit. There might be ways to go back and do this pose again and be more careful to limit that, probably. But you can do it. So you're getting that major articulation kind of joint action on the back of the neck there, just because it's a type of material pulled over the sculpt, which is separate from the neck to allow for the articulation. Now, with this being the 2.0, I think Hot Toys should have at least included, they'd have to make it quite light because of the ease that this head and neck just detaches from the body. But it would have been nice if they had included a fully sculpted head, because it wouldn't be hard for them to match the material, the red sections of this outfit, to a sculpted head sculpt with no seam at the top. Yes, you lose the articulation in the neck, but I'm sure a lot of collectors would have ended up displaying it that way for the most part, to avoid horrible seams at the top of the head, and at the back of the head there it's quite noticeable. The light is coming from above, which makes that shadow, which makes it more obvious, but it is there. Oh god, this was lame. I just thought, oh, now's a good time to try the Andrew Garfield head sculpt. So I saw one there and I just picked it up instinctively and put it on there. It went on. And I thought, well, it doesn't really feel very secure and it looks a bit shit. What's going on? It's the old 1.0 head sculpt. The new one's over there, Dean. You absolute spoon. Alright, that's better. That is a lot better. I do love this head sculpt. His hair is nuts. It's just massive. But, you know, it pretty much was like that in the film. Look how real that looks. Now I know it looked better with the eyes looking to the side. I'll do that for you in a minute. Chill out. When you make yourself useful, tap the like button. You can use your finger, your toes, your nose, your chin. If you could find something to poke the like button with, I'd really appreciate it. I mean, I'm bringing you the sweet pose action, aren't I? I'm bringing you the good stuff. Alright, reposition the eyes looking off to the side. Be careful when you're reattaching the head to the neck. I had the eyes in the right position and then one of them got knocked out of place and it looked like he was
busting the net.
So watch out for that. Let's get some rotating base action on this one. I'm really liking this. I'm pretty sure this will be my favourite pose of the video. Love the battle damage on the head sculpt. All the proportions here look so natural. Even the stomach area, everything, the legs, the back, the muscles in the back, shoulders. The hair is so well sculpted, finely detailed. I mean, I've seen some folks saying they're not sure about the likeness and stuff. Maybe like the age he was in the movie was pretty damn young looking. He does look a fraction older than he should, but I think the likeness is killer. Best one so far. I do have the Amazing Spider-Man 2 one in the accessory bag beside me here, so we'll have a look at that next to this in a moment. I think this is a very nice option for displaying the figure. You get to use all the accessories. I mean, you can use all this with the Spider-Man head on it as well, but that seam is probably going to bug you as much as it bugs me. But here we don't have much to complain about. We've got an amazing Andrew Garfield Peter Parker head sculpt. The skateboard is on the back there, holding onto the camera, and the loose mask that they provide. It's a really nice camera. It looks amazing. Again, no pun intended, because he is the Amazing Spider-Man this version, but he does look amazing. Great detail underneath the skateboard here, and the wheels obviously move and spin, and they're very weathered, which is very cool. Holds onto the spare mask well. He straightened himself all out. I mean, I took him right out of that sort of sitting doing the double web shooter pose, and he was like that for a good 20 minutes, and I just got him all straightened up again, and there was no wrinkles, nothing. The suit pretty much instantly just fixed itself, and I got straight onto this pose, and he looks really flush, and it's a tight suit, you know. The old one, it used to bunch up around his knees. Not this time. Let's take a close-up look at the head sculpt here. Now, he does have a fair bit of battle damage on his face and neck, but there's nothing on the suit to convey that he's been through any kind of physical stress, shall we say, just yet. Very clean. That's fine. Maybe they could do a battle damage version. Maybe that one could have a optional sculpted head with no seam at the top for the masked look. I can't fault this head sculpt. It's unbelievably good. I absolutely love it. And I'm very jealous of all his hair. This guy's never going bald. Let's check out the battle damage on this side. There is more on his left than there is on the right. Very well done. It's just nice with the backpack straps and the camera strap with the suit and the skateboard just behind him. It all just gives it a lot of life. The camera looks great, really good quality. Looks good holding onto the mask too. Proportions are so convincing, and the likeness is so strong. I mean, if you're only going to have one of your Spider-Man figures in a Peter Parker, partial Peter Parker look, I think this could be the one. Okay, I've got my Hot Toys 2.0 Amazing Spider-Man 2 here, and I've dug the Peter Parker sculpt that came with it out of storage so we can see that next to the new one. And he does have the custom lenses that you get separately that are much more white than the ones he came with. Does look very nice. Check out the video on the channel all about that, and the review on the figure itself. Alright, so you got Amazing Spider-Man 2 by Hot Toys on the left, the 2.0, and the new 2.0 of the Amazing Spider-Man Part 1 on the right. I have swapped out the grabber bendy pole for just a regular stand on the base, and I've switched out the heads to the Peter Parker look. I was blown away by how different these look. It's crazy. I probably said this looked good in the review because I didn't really know any better. Didn't have anything else to compare it to. But who is that next to this? I mean, that is so much of an improvement. Different films, I know. There's a couple of years between them, I guess. But who even is that? He looks like a totally different guy. So maybe I can use... See, I don't know. I do want this suit in a full Spider-Man look. And when he's up on the shelf, I'm sure it'll be fine. I won't really be able to see the seam at the top of the head. But it's a shame not to display him in the full Peter Parker look here, because it just works so well. But I'm going to see if I can get this head sculpt to look good on this body for you next. That's what I'm going to do. They're both level on their stands, and I think it's just the hair is making the Part 1 2.0 look a little bit taller on the right, but they're pretty much the same height. The shoulder situation is way better on this new one. You can adjust those as well, kind of lift the shoulders up and down, or the arms anyway. You kind of change the look. Much better articulation in this figure. Much better articulation. Shoulders look a bit awkward in this one now, but this was already a 2.0, so unless they're going to do a 3.0, which would be a little bit ridiculous so soon, who knows. Alright, swapped out the heads, and I don't know what's going on with that 2.0 head sculpt. I can't see Andrew Garfield at all anymore. That is really bizarre. But the new one, look at that. The webbing doesn't match exactly with the suit webbing, but I don't think anyone's really going to notice that, to be honest. If it's just on your shelf or in your display, regular viewing distance, I think you can get away with that. So that is a cool option for you. I'll just get really close up here. You can see those eyelashes. Very nice detail on those. All the imperfections of the skin. Hot Toys are getting very good with blood these days, with the T800 battle damage and now this. Obviously this is nowhere near as gory looking as the battle damage T800 by Hot Toys from Terminator 2, but still some really good blood work. Alright, I just wanted to check the eye color, and it is a nice light brown. Not too light, but it's definitely a brown. I'm not even sure if that's the colour they're supposed to be. I don't know that about Andrew Garfield. I'm going to take their word for it because I'm not going off on Google searching Andrew Garfield's eye colour. All custom head sculpt makers out there in the world, if you could make a sculpted, seamless look head sculpt for this that can interchange with the Hot Toys body, obviously it'll be sculpted so we won't have the seam on the top of the head anymore. That'd be nice. And send one my way and I'll review it on the channel, get you some customers. Cool. That's what it looks like putting the new 2.0 Peter Parker head sculpt on the original 1.0 Hot Toys Amazing Spider-Man body. Yeah, again my shoulders are looking a bit funky because the padding I put in there has gone a bit misshapen. But proportion wise, I don't know. Yeah, 2.0 Spider-Man 2 head sculpt on the 2.0 Amazing Spider-Man body. Not supposed to work. It doesn't, and it shouldn't, because you're not supposed to do that, but that's what it looks like if you did. It doesn't really match up very well when you try to connect it. You can see a big gap. That's what it looks like if you put the 1.0 Amazing Spider-Man Hot Toys head on the 2.0 body. It doesn't quite sit flush, but I do think the seam on the top of the head is a little bit less obvious, so it's a shame. Alright folks, and that is the review. I've got the final setup here with the complete look 2.0 with the backpack and skateboard because I like that. I should have put the camera around his neck as well. Hang on, let me do that. Or maybe give the camera to Spider-Man 2 Spidey. So do I recommend the 2.0 if you already have the 1.0? Yes, if you're a big fan of this suit in the movie, it's definitely an upgrade as far as just visually the proportions and size of the figure. Poses really well. It's a damn shame about the seam on the top of the head. That's pretty unforgivable at this point in time. They really should have addressed that by now. So I would still recommend it. I mean, the Andrew Garfield Peter Parker head sculpt is unbelievably good. Get some really nice accessories. I would give it an 8 out of 10. That feels about the right kind of score for it. But I still recommend it. And I hope you've enjoyed the review. I'll be shooting the InArt Nazgul review tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. So make sure you subscribe. You'll get notifications when the new videos drop. Got some other stuff coming up on the channel real soon. Won't spoil it for you, but some good watching. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the new figure here. Are you going to pick it up? Are you a big fan of this suit, or do you prefer the one from the sequel? It's a tough one because I love the eyes on this one. And the suit, the colours. Not that Hot Toys nailed it with the colours on this one, to be honest. It's still a bit off. But this one, pretty damn awesome. May not be perfect, the eye shape of the lenses not exactly right. Seam at the top of the head. Should have included a sculpted head sculpt as well, because it'd be so easy to match a sculpted head to this outfit. The red sections at least. But yeah, let me know what you think. Drop a like on it for me, that helps out the channel a lot. And subscribe, because I'm sure a lot of you have not done that. Go ahead and tap that button. And I'll see you at the next video. Take it easy. Bye bye folks.